Hi, I'm Jeff, and you're here. Before we get started, Black lives do have and will always matter. There will be links in the description for you to check out, and just remember that it is our responsibility to protect Black women every single day. Y'all, I'm going to do my best to not get emotional doing this video, but this is my book club announcement video, y'all. Like, I'm going to get into the backstory. Let's go.
I'm ready, 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 I'm ready. Growing out my clothes, with stars in my pocket, dreaming about making my hood glow. And every one of them feels so close, still chasing time. Watching my happy block, my whole neighborhood hit the diddy bop.
Okay, so I didn't even tell y'all the name. Okay, y'all, so the name of my book club is Nougats and Novels. The birth of that name came, one, I just really like alliteration. Two, it's just, I just think it's so cute. Cause like nougats, like little nuggets of knowledge and like a little bit of inspo thrown in there, you know, and novels, books, reading, that's what I love. And on social media, I go by chocolate drop, cocoa drop, cacao, any variation of that. You can call me, that's what people know me as, right? So I was angry, y'all. Like, I was angry at all the injustice in the world that was going on, and I was angry that I just got really frustrated. Brutality after brutality, Black men dying after Black men dying, racists after racists being exposed for being racist, and my anger was becoming unhealthy. When Black people have to constantly hear about the trauma that is happening to people who look like them, it's like we go through this grieving process as well, you know? So it's like someone would die, we'd be upset, there would be an uproar, we would grieve, albeit not always in the right ways, but we cannot fault people for the way that they react to the hurt that they feel. That's all I'm going to say on that. But especially with the pandemic going on and we couldn't go see anybody and people just kept dying, and like there was never like a time to grieve, right? And so I'm a firm believer that if you ever want to learn something, just read about it. Like, there's this quote that circulates and it goes kind of like, if you want to keep something hidden from a Black person, put it in a book. And so I've always thought about that, and that's why I read so much, because it's like, y'all not about to catch me slipping out here in these streets. Like, I'm trying to learn everything I can learn, because y'all can't be out here saying stuff like that, okay? It was the murder of George Floyd. I don't know what it was about this murder, but if y'all know me in real life, like Michelle and Kayla and Adelaide and Denise and Steve, like if you know me in real life, like Ty and Joy, like, you know, I was so, like, that murder hit me the worst. I don't know if it's because of the quarantine and I couldn't see anybody. I don't know if it because it happened so close to a transitional period in my life when I was moving from Maryland back to Philadelphia. Like, I don't know if I was just overwhelmed by everything that the world was throwing at us, but the George Floyd murder, like, absolutely broke me. I was still recovering from Kobe's death, and then Ahmaud Arbery comes, and it was just like, I was so angry. I realized that I had to channel my anger into something positive, because I'm like a baby activist on the interwebs. So, you know, Nancy Pelosi's innanets allow me to, you know, just, you know, dip my toe in the activism water, and I'll post things and I'll be that person. I'm that friend that's like, hello, hold up, let me tell y'all something, okay, about what it is to be Black in America. And a lot of people started approaching me, asking me for book recommendations and just different book ideas and stuff. And I was just like, I was giving them suggestions of the books that I had, but I wasn't reading them. And I was like, you know what? Since I pride myself on being a decent reader and a decent person to talk to when it comes to racism and unlearning racial ideologies, like, you know, then maybe how about I kind of facilitate that. And therefore, that is the story of how Chocolate Drops Nook of Nougats and Novels, aka Nougats and Novels, has been born. I prematurely launched Juneteenth of 2020. In hindsight, I think it was it was just a quick response to what I was feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like I just had to just do something with it real quick. But then after a while, I just couldn't keep up with it, and then I started my booktube channel. And I think that now that I had 6, almost 7 months to really sit and think about it, and like my mind keeps going back to it, and my spirit, every time I think about it and I do some planning, like my soul is so happy. Like I feel the movie Soul, when they're walking through the zone or whatever, and that shady Nick scene. And they were talking about how like, oh, this is where your soul is when you're in the zone. Whenever I think about this book club, y'all, like I'm in the zone. Like it just makes me so happy. I assigned books for Juneteenth when I had originally launched, and I do know that some people bought it, but I'm gonna let y'all know that we are gonna be reading those later in the year. So don't think that Coco is just having y'all buy books that we're not gonna read, okay? It's gonna be a little delayed, but just know we finna read those books, okay? Great. This month, the book is The Color of Law, A Forgotten History of How Our Government Segregated America, written by Richard Rothstein. Rothstein? I have set up a Discord with, you know, some rules, the different channels. So I still have to set up the welcome and rules channel with like the rules and stuff, with like the mission statement, which was in the intro. Our text channels, we just have like a general channel, hey, how are you, how's your day going, like make sure you're reading, or like reminders that, oh yeah guys, we're having a reading sprint today, if y'all want to join me, we're gonna get into that. There's a reflection questions journal, so for every book I'm going to have just a few questions that I want you guys to be thinking about while you're reading, so that when we share our experiences, they can come from a place of like in reference to the book. So just some questions to keep in mind. If you have any reflection questions that you want us to keep in mind as it pertains to a certain section, that's where you would drop that. There is a self-care section. This section was really important for me to make because the subject matter of these books is really heavy. It's really triggering. It's moving. It's impactful. And there will be days that you won't want to read. There will be days that you're going to feel more triggered than others. You're triggered because you've experienced what the author's talking about, or you're triggered because you are realizing that maybe you have either participated in some of these experiences for others, or you've witnessed these experiences for others and did or said nothing. So either way, it can be very triggering and very traumatic for us, right? So this section is for, you know, people to remind each other to like, hey, remember to take a self-care day. Here's what I'm doing for my self-care. If anyone catches any like trigger warnings or anything that was particularly hurtful to them and they want others to be mindful of, like that's where you drop that. Just like gentle like reminders, little inspirations to make sure that you're keeping your self-care up while we're reading these books with these heavy topics. The last text channel is highlights, so if there's anything in particular that you want to point out, quotes, if you did any additional research and you want to drop in links, if you see like a news article or like you're watching a YouTube video that has to do with what we had just talked about or what you're reading about currently, that's where you would drop that. There are 2 voice channels. There's a reading sprints voice channel, which I will announce on my Twitter before I get on all the time. We'll basically just be on it. We'll set a timer for like every 15 to 30 minutes. We'll read and we'll do a quick little debrief, and then we'll do a second sprint for 20 to 30 minutes and we'll debrief, and that's it. That's just so that if you need us, like, because for me, if I'm reading a book that's taking me longer to finish, like This Is My America, it was a great book, but I read faster when I was in a reading sprint with Paco and Maurice. So sometimes people read better when there's like someone on the other line, like holding them accountable, like they know that there's going to be someone there, you know what I'm saying? And you could, hear some live reacts, I was going to, try to go live on YouTube, but the thing with that has again to do with like the trauma and the triggers in the book, and I don't want to, if I bring other people in it, like I don't know what part they'll be reading, so I don't want to like kind of exploit their emotions, So like I don't want something triggering to happen and someone else is in the live with me and like they get upset, or I don't want to be in the live by myself and I'm getting upset. Like, don't nobody want to see me ugly cry. It's not cute. And that's on Murray Had a Little Lamb. So yeah, I'm thinking once a week. I don't know. I might try to do once a day because I'm trying to read like a chapter a day, so that I can actually have things ready for the book discussion, which is what the second voice channel is. There's when we do our book discussions where we just talk about any last minute reflections, any overall thoughts. Like we could talk about things I could do to improve, how this has helped you and how you're going to apply it to your life, We'll just be chatting. Yeah, because we're really, it's going to be so chill because I'm not strict with the rules because I just respect people and I respect them to think that they respect me and themselves enough to, get it done. Yeah, I'm not like a very like strict, oh, you gotta read this by this. Like, I'm not very good at dates because I procrastinate. It's just, I'm so sorry. It just is what it is. But I just, respect that we're all adults. And I think that this topic is important enough that people who are interested will, just do their due diligence. I'm just here as like a moderator, and I'm just here to make sure that everybody's at least reading something. And even if you don't finish the book, like at least you walk away with something. I'm not here to be a teacher. I'm not here to be a dictator. I'm literally here as, just think of this as one giant buddy read. Like when me and Michelle buddy read, or me and Addie buddy read, or whoever I buddy read with, because I buddy read with a lot of people. It's gotta catch them all buddy reads. That's me. Like, I buddy read with as many people as I can, and really it's just me giving my commentary to what I'm reading, and it holds me accountable because it's like if we're reading something and Michelle's really stressed out about a part, like, I want to make sure I'm there so she could stress out to me. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I be behind and she's looking at me like, girl, what's the T? What's 2 plus 2? Does it equal 4? Because why are you so behind? Just think of this as just one collective buddy read. There's no, like, rules. Like, you know how book clubs have rules and set times and stuff? Like, we ain't doing none of that. Except the one set time we will have is when we schedule our book discussions, and if some people could do sometimes, some people could do other times. I'm willing to do more than one book discussion session with different groups of people, or like, I just tell me what y'all want and I got it. And also at the end of the month, what I'm going to try to do is basically compile like a Word document or like a Google document, just compiling everything that was said, every just like reflection that people had that they don't mind sharing, of course. And I would just type it all out, kind of like taking the minutes in a meeting, but it'll probably just be going through the text and like the book discussions and stuff. and just compiling that into a Word document so that you guys can have it and you guys can remember what we had said, you know, just in case Discord or any other like social media site goes wrong, we can still have that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be live tweeting my reading sprints on Twitter, so I'll just be on Twitter. I don't know if I'm gonna make a separate Twitter for Nougats and novels, or if I'm just gonna, I'm probably not, I don't know yet, because I have a separate Instagram. Let me know down below if y'all think Nougats and Novels needs a Twitter, because I don't really know. But, because that's why I made the Discord, you know what I'm saying? But I will be live tweeting my thoughts on Twitter, and that will also be the way that I announce that, like, hey y'all, I'm going on the Discord, there's gonna be a reading sprint or whatever. And if you can't get on the Discord but you still want to read, I'll let y'all know, okay, all right, so our reading sprint is 30 minutes starting now, or I'll be on the reading sprint, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just want to help facilitate the conversation of race in America, and I want to do that through what I love most. So yeah, this month's book is The Color of Law, Richard Rothstein Steinstein. Thank you guys so much for your support. I don't think this would have come to fruition if it weren't for people asking me what was really good. If it weren't for people valuing my opinion when it comes to this subject matter so much, because I literally just am on the internet talking my mess. Like, I never really thought people paid attention until people were like, you know, asking for my opinions and asking, like, if I took a day or two off the internet, people were literally like, are you okay? Is everything okay? Like, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this? How do you feel about this? So I thank you guys for valuing what I have to say so much, because I have a hard time valuing what I think I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like right now I'm telling you, like, I don't think that what I'm saying really is ever important or matters, but you guys continuously, right? Continuously just value what I'm saying, and I really appreciate that. If it weren't for y'all and putting all of that faith into me, I probably would just be out here probably either not reading these books or reading them and just giving out little tidbits of information and not really sure. I don't know where I'd be, but I would not change where I am for anything in this world, because this is literally my first child. Like, this is my passion project, and I'm so happy and so grateful and so excited that you guys have decided to go on this journey with me. Yes, Discord link will be down below, and my usual Black Lives Matter and Typhoon relief links. Yeah, so I'm doing my outro. Yeah, so alright y'all, that's all I have for you for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have to go because I have this book to read, but I'll see you seeing me in the next one. Bye!